Hi everyone, this is a no damage run of Resident Evil Code Veronica on the Dreamcast.
Resident Evil.
This is disc 1. I'm still working on disc 2. The goal is to get an S rank.
The American Midwestern town, Raccoon City, has been completely decimated due to the T-virus outbreak that was instigated by the international corporation Umbrella. Claire Redfield, who arrived in Raccoon City to search for her lost brother Chris, and a rookie police officer, Leon S. Kennedy, managed to escape from the city. But their ordeal was only a prelude of things to come. 3 months later.
Your identification number is WKD4496. Welcome to your new home.
Her name is Claire Redfield. We caught her trespassing in our Paris lab facility 10 days ago. She apparently infiltrated the complex looking for her lost brother, Chris Redfield, one of the surviving members of RPD's famous STARS teams. Don't move. Go on. Get out of here. This place is finished. I don't know, it might have been a special forces team. But in any case, this prison's been taken over. The troops have been wiped out.
What are you saying?
You're free to leave the complex. But you may as well know you have no chance of getting off this island.
And what about you? What are you going to do?
Don't worry about me.
The requirements for the highest rank, which is A on the US version or S on the Japanese version, is no saves, except for the one when you are changing discs after the tyrant fight on the plane. No first aid sprays. Thanks, Wii U. And you must also rescue Rodrigo by giving him the hemostatic medicine. So this first mob of zombies here, the only thing that you can do is dodge this one, and I usually twinge right 1 frame after running 3 steps when I run past the first zombie.
No!
Wait, don't shoot!
Who are you?
Huh? You're not a zombie. Well, great. Wait right there. I'm coming over. Sorry about that little misunderstanding, but I thought you were another one of those monsters.
Shut up. Make one wrong move and I'll shoot.
Relax, beautiful. I said I was sorry. My name's Steve. I was a prisoner on this island. And I'm guessing you're not from Umbrella either.
No, I'm Claire. Claire Redfield.
Claire? Nice. I'll remember that. Hey, I heard there's an airport around here. And once I find it, I can finally escape from this crazy island. I'll see ya.
Hey, wait up!
I don't want you following me, lady. You'll only slow me down.
We won't be doing too terribly much zombie dodging, because dodging zombies in this game is extremely risky. The reason I decided to play on the Dreamcast version of the game is because I wanted to mostly show off some cutscenes, or some cutscene variations that are only present in the original Dreamcast version, which I'll get into in a minute. So for this zombie over here, just run towards the moonlight shining in through the mirror, and just go ahead and light him up. obviously kill him before we head into the next room to grab the M100Ps, or else his HP will refill and the zombie positions will be shuffled, and it'll make it a lot more awkward to dodge him on the way out. There's handgun bullets on this body over here. Since we'll be killing a lot of zombies, we want to pick up as many of those as possible. For this zombie over here, with the M100Ps, it takes generally 4 bullets to take him down, but of course you can see I started getting crowded. So my next safest option to pick up the M100Ps, which I bungled the first time, I was supposed to just grab the M100Ps after shooting the first zombie down. I had to walk up to the window that the other zombie busted through and turn around and shoot the other zombie on the ground, or else he probably would have leg grabbed me. And I'll tell you what though, nothing is more humiliating in a no damage run than getting leg grabbed by a zombie on the ground. In general, for no damage runs, there's usually a very safe setup for taking down all enemies along the way. And I generally have to practice each room and come up with the safest possible method. And for zombies, that usually comes down to find a corner, sit, shoot.
Please deposit any metallic items you have in the security box.
So the first and most obvious aesthetic difference you can see between the Dreamcast version and the other versions is that Steve has a decidedly Leonardo DiCaprio haircut. The game came out first in 1999 on the Dreamcast.
Chris Redfield.
What are you doing here?
Chris Redfield. Is he a relative of yours or something?
You mean my brother?
Ah, your siblings. Well, it seems your brother is under surveillance by Umbrella.
What? I've got to contact Leon and tell him to let my brother know he's being monitored. It's a good thing I have access to an outside connection from here.
Well, that file shows the latitude and longitude of this place. Why don't you send your brother the coordinates and ask him to come help?
Thanks, I'll do that.
Hey, I was just kidding. There's no way he could get here, even if he is your brother.
Yes, he can, I'm sure of it.
No way. He won't come. You'll just end up disappointed if you rely on others. Believe me, I know.
What was that all about?
So the next mission, grab the Hawk emblem, make a clone of it, so that we can take it right back through the metal detectors here. It is possible to glitch out the metal detectors and take this Hawk emblem with you, but it actually does not work on the gate. So unfortunately, sequence breaking this is not possible, and you have to make a clone of it. Speaking of the metal detectors, if you run through with the metal detectors, then the shutters will come down and you're not able to pass through this hallway here. But it also puts the shutters down on those windows over there. So you could actually use it to your advantage to keep the zombies out on your way out. I generally swap between the M100Ps and the M93R handgun between certain distances. But shooting the barrel there will take out the first two zombies next to the fire extinguisher. Then we could just camp out here and light these other guys up. Going back this way, don't gotta worry about these dogs so much. The one dog will come around the corner, but as long as you're hugging the corner, coming around, then his pathing will generally prevent you from getting bitten. By grabbing the handgun bullets as soon as we got the M93R, we avoid having to pick up the bullets off the body while those zombies are feasting on it. I try to be a little expeditious on these zombies over here so that they're caught in the choke point and I don't miss any bullets. Also, some of the item triggers in this game are pretty interesting. And by pretty interesting, I mean that you have to often approach them at a specific angle, otherwise you don't pick up the item. Case in point, when we picked up the M100Ps earlier, I was trying to mash the confirm button like a madman, but I still couldn't pick it up. It was quite annoying, actually. Also, because these zombies next to the truck respawn several times, I don't bother shooting them, because the area is wide enough to just be able to dodge them all. The zombies in this area do not respawn, and it was very tight quarters, which is why I decided to go ahead and get rid of them.
Please deposit any metallic items you have in the security box.
I take the BOW gas rounds and also the flame rounds here so that I can go ahead and trigger the metal detector from this side to keep the zombies from busting in.
The security box.
If the shutters are still up when you try to take the enhanced alloy emblem with you, then the zombies will bust through, but if the shutters are down, whenever you pass that particular trigger, then they won't bust in. In this situation, it's better because you will not have a way of shooting the zombies otherwise. on your way back. You can try to dodge around them, but it's quite risky. But now that we've passed the trigger where they won't bust in, we can just go ahead and run right on through. And also put the shutter back down for good measure. It means that we'll have to shoot more of them later, but they won't get in whenever we try to access the security box when we revisit the area later to retrieve the BOW rounds and the flame rounds. Suffice to say, I almost lost it there. I equipped the M100Ps specifically for the dogs. In front of the main residence. I'm actually not really sure what that area is called, but I would imagine most people call it mansion, so whatever, fuck it, it's a mansion. Well, I could very easily just run by these guys. I also don't want to risk them spinning around and biting me in the back, so I decided to very quickly take them out with the M100Ps. Oh yeah, that's right, I changed my strategy for this area. So I go into this corner over here because only one dog is aggroed, and then I move forward a half step, equip the knife, and then stun lock it to death. You can stun lock the dogs with literally any weapon. I don't want to move too far forward for this next dog, because if I do, then it'll trigger the aggro of the third dog. But generally, shooting a dog once, then following up with a knife, as long as the other dogs are not aggroed, is the best way to dispatch individual dogs. Really the most efficient way. Because we're about to have ourselves a little close encounter zombie encounter, the M100Ps are going to be a requisite in the next hallway coming up. There's multiple spawn patterns for these zombies based on what door you enter this hallway through. If you come in from the main hallway, then they're fairly far away. You could probably do just as well with the handgun, but because they're so close, I prefer to use the M100P to take them out quickly for consistency's sake. The M100Ps are maybe about 1.2 times stronger than regular handgun bullets, and they can be rapid fired, but the best way to use them is to tap the L button once or twice or so that Claire is no longer targeting 2 targets and focuses on specifically 1 target, the closest target. One other thing I did that I also neglected to mention, you probably saw me aiming a bunch around this door over here before we entered that room. But if Claire automatically locks on to a zombie while it is down, then that means that the zombie is still alive. So if I've already put ammo into it, then I usually try to finish the job so that I don't have to kill it again later.
Ah! Help me!
Steve?
By the way, I do apologize for the slightly washed out look of the video, but I had to add a brightness filter because Code Veronica is a very, very dark game. Between color quality and being able to see the game, I opted to be able to see the game.
But I found something, thanks to you. Looks cool, huh?
Oh, I need those. Give them to me.
You gotta be kidding. I found it and I'm keeping it. Fine. Let's make a deal. I'll trade you for something fully automatic. See you around, Claire. Adios.
Hey, wait! Steve!
Everyone in this game is goddamn batshit crazy.
Redfield! How dare you interfere with my operation?
What are you talking about?
You let yourself be captured so you could lead your people to this base!
I have no idea what you're babbling about.
You don't fool me! I am Alfred Ashford, commander of this base.
Oh? You must be one of Umbrella's lower level officers if you're in command of a backwater base like this one.
How dare you! The Ashford family is among the world's first and finest. My grandfather is one of the original founders of Umbrella, Inc. Now tell me, why have you attacked this installation?
Attacked?
Shortly after you arrived, my base was attacked. You must have informed your people of its location.
I still don't follow you. I really don't know anything about that.
Unacceptable! How can you deny it? My base has been destroyed. And thanks to you, the experimental T-virus was released, creating countless zombies and monsters. Tell me, who do you work for? Who sent you? Have it your way, then. You're just a rat in a cage anyway. I'll be sure to keep you entertained before I dispose of you.
Bats hate light, so they won't attack you as long as you have the lighter equipped. The duraluminum briefcase there contains bowgun powder in order to be able to make explosive tipped arrows. On a lot of enemies, the explosive arrows are pretty OP. Keeping a submarine in your swimming pool. If you have that kind of money, you probably just straight up don't give a fuck. The side pack on the bench will obviously increase your inventory space by 2 slots. As far as I know, the zombies here do not respawn. We only actually need to target one. As I mentioned before, tap the L1 button in order to concentrate fire on one target before firing. Left trigger if you're on Xbox or Dreamcast. But who am I kidding? You're probably playing this on a PlayStation anyway. That L1 button is very handy for a lot of things in pretty much any Resident Evil game. For the mob of zombies coming up, there is a very, very tight dodge you could do. But it also depends on how well grouped up the zombies are based on how fast they are moving whenever they begin moving during this cutscene. But generally what I like to do is I like to just equip the handgun, run all the way back here, and just pick them off one by one. For the zombies that are not on screen, I'll obviously tap R1 periodically to make sure that they're all dead or that they are not in a position that I will accidentally run into. Such as in that case there. Because the zombie was towards the bottom right of that particular screen, I was able to make a judgment call to move forward and change the camera angle so that I actually could see them. People say that fixed camera angles and tank controls are kind of a hindrance, but once you learn all the other subtle mechanics of the game, you can actually navigate around it quite easy. So the difficulty of a no damage run mostly comes into trying to figure out all the strategies that get you through all the rooms as safely as possible. But once I figured out all the strategies, it took maybe about 2 or 3 days to be able to get a clean attempt of Disc 1. Disc 2, however, is significantly harder, and there's also a lot more RNG elements. One of the phases of the final fight in the game, it can randomly decide to throw up on you and just end the run. Not a very happy thing at all. So for these two, I just dodge right around them, try to hug the interior wall, and then just hold to the left after I clear the corner. Based on whether you skip this cutscene or not, Claire will have a different starting position. I could have skipped this cutscene at this part here, and I would have wound up slightly more to the right. But I thought I'd try coming up with a dodge for this anyway, which is really just hold up and right, hug the rope barrier. Then run towards the door after the worm busts out of the ground. But if you skip the cutscene, then you have a much easier and more direct path to the double doors. I go this way first because there is a cutscene, but also because I want the bowgun as early as possible for the Bandersnatch.
Biohazard contamination detected. Level 3. Emergency shutters will close. All personnel evacuate immediately.
That was close.
Getting the bowgun now also allows me to work on my ammo economy a little more. For the first zombies in here, this is very, very close quarters, so the M100Ps are the best option here. In general, I like to know the starting positions of all the zombies because then I know when it's safe to move forward after I hear one of the zombies drop on the ground. It allows me to clear rooms faster, but obviously, if you don't know the positions, then the better thing to do is to just stay as far away as possible. But look at that, 200 bolts right off the bat. I usually like to have a little bit of fun with this zombie over here on the way out. I usually like to shoot that zombie in the balls with the crossbow because I'm 12, and I think that stuff is funny. Didn't really matter too much as far as shooting him went, because he cleared a nice wide path for me to just run straight to the stairs. That zombie is pretty dumb. Probably spent too long in the sauna. We need the flaming arrows pretty much as quickly as possible. Which is why I went through the whole song and dance with the lockers over there. Generally, the best way to take out particularly troublesome enemies is to try and dispatch them as quickly as possible. Or find a position where they cannot hit you. But in general, trying to negate any and all chances that the enemy has to hit you is your safest bet when trying to clear a game without taking any damage. So more often than not, speed isn't really the best option. Although some of the strats used may incidentally be fairly quick. So our inventory is jam-packed. Gotta start dropping off some things. The handgun, the empty extinguisher, the Duralumin case, and the combat knife. I still keep the handgun bullets so that I could pick up ammo on the way out. Also drop the hemostatic medicine. But we're mostly going to be using the... crossbow and the M100P for the rest of Disc 1.
Welcome! Consider the area you are in a special playground I have prepared just for you. Please try and keep me amused, and do not disappoint me by dying too soon. I so want to enjoy this.
Alfred laughs like my cat when he sees a bug flying around the room. I can't replicate that laugh for the life of me. It's too fast, I can't do it. So for this Bandersnatch here, basically try to get an arrow off as quickly as possible. I don't know whether you need to reacquire your aim or not here, but I usually tap L1 anyway before firing off the first arrow, although the Bandersnatch's attack is very, very unfairly fast, so you kind of need to take initiative as quickly as possible. Also, that first Bandersnatch is a lot stronger than the other Bandersnatches, so you could do the 2 arrow trick, but it takes 3 arrows to kill him pretty much in all of my tests.
Oh yeah, that felt good. Don't worry, Claire. Your knight in shining armor is here.
You wish. But thanks for the help.
See? This is why you need me. I got your back.
Whatever. Here. Take these.
Machine guns? For me?
You know the deal. In exchange for your Lugers.
Okay, okay. This thing is too cool. Yes! Now this is my kind of weapon. All right! Huh? Hey, this thing's empty. You cheated me.
Up there. Plenty of ammo. Just for you.
Way up there?
Give me a boost and I'll get it for you.
All right, all right. Ow! My back! You're heavier than you look. Hurry up!
Happy now?
What?
Now that your knight has made his appearance, he can join you in your descent into death.
Okay, let's do it! Wait here, Claire. Time to test out my new toy.
You shouldn't really ever have to worry about coming back through this area later, because the zombies will despawn regardless, but I still decided to gun these guys down anyway. Also, under no circumstances should you ever need the acid rounds in that glass case. Doing a bunch of spot checks to make sure all those zombies are dead. There's an alternate cutscene that happens if you just run through the whole area and don't kill any of the zombies. Steve effectively calls Claire fat.
It was dirty work, but this area is now clean. See? You can depend on me. You see? This thing is a lot more reliable than any person.
Than people? Steve, what were you doing here? Who brought you here, and where is your family?
Shut up! I don't want to talk about it!
Steve.
Never mind. Let's get going.
Scumbag Steve.
Claire, are you okay?
Steve, behind you!
No.
What's wrong, Steve? Shoot him!
Wait! I can't! No!
Steve! No! Ah! Steve.
Father. 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 Dad used to work for Umbrella. Tried to steal information, intending to sell it off to the highest bidder. He was caught. Mom was killed, and we were sent here.
Oh, Steve.
He was a fool to do something so reckless. So stupid.
It's okay now. Just rest.
Sorry about the loud screaming babies, but I couldn't resist. So one thing that you will notice about the bowgun, this is pretty much like, you know, the first time we've started spamming bowgun arrows at zombies, is that the arrows always seem to home in on the center of the hitbox of whatever it is you were shooting at. They are projectile-based weapons, but they'll curve ever so slightly. But with that in mind, you can also use it to track the position of a zombie off-screen and be able to know when to tap the change aim button. Also, aiming down at a zombie while it is on the ground with the bowgun, your spacing needs to be pretty much perfect. You can see that I missed a bunch of arrows on the way. Don't worry too much about the worm, just run by him. But again, because the bowgun is not particularly great for aiming at low targets, such as dogs, it would be better to use the M100Ps on these dogs. So I ran past them, ran to the corner, and took them down as they were coming near me. Alternatively, once you have the Eagle Plate, you could go back to the prison and go ahead and clear the prison area, but you would be forced to come back to the training facility after you get the Eagle Plate. After you get the Eagle Plate in the mansion. Dropping the Lugers here to free up inventory space. I opted to go ahead and get the emblem cards so that we could go ahead and get the grenade launcher, because we won't really have any more opportunities to use flaming arrows for a good long while. And for certain Bandersnatches, it's better to use regular grenades anyway. In case you were wondering, yes, you actually can use herbs and still get the best rank. And you also get a free save at the end of Disc 1. It is only first aid sprays and saving, and not saving Rodrigo, that mess up the rank. But Code Veronica is also a pretty expansive game for the most part. So not knowing what ammo to use against what enemies could also be a little bit of a problem when trying to go for the under 4.5 hours. Oh yeah, that was another criteria I forgot to mention, was that you also have to beat the game in under 4 hours. My bad. 4.5 hours, excuse me. The game operates on a hidden point system, and I believe that there is no concession overall that you can make on any of the ranking. So you still can't save, and you can't use any first aid sprays, and you have to save Rodrigo. It's not as lenient as, say, Resident Evil 2 and 3 are, wherein, say, in Resident Evil 2 or 3, you could still save a bunch and still be able to get the highest rank. So this is one of the major choke points on Disc 1. And also the room where the grenade launcher is pretty much a requisite.
Contamination detected. Level 3. Emergency shutters.
Incidentally, I actually
Evacuate immediately.
used a trick with the help of Matt DeRock involving the way the projectiles actually work. You can see that all of these albinoids gathered over to the body because their tracking goes directly towards Claire. So as long as you stay in that corner, then you can use those acid rounds just fire down, and the splash damage will be enough to get rid of all of them. And with that, the training area is complete. It used to be the strategy for getting through that whole area was to dodge them specifically. But splash damage with the acid rounds kill the albinoids instantly. Once again, the zombies respawned in this area. I'm not sure if this is one of those perma respawn areas or not. I should probably do a little bit of testing later. Now that we have the gold key, our next objective is to clear the next portion of the residence area. It is possible to take down that worm, by the way. But, I would say that for the amount of ammo that you need in order to get it to go away, it is overall not worth it. Rounding the corner and changing the camera angle will get these Bandersnatchers to spawn, but if we run back towards these stairs, then they can't hit us. So we can just snipe them from down the alley. No big deal. That zombie will just quick turn in place, and he won't deviate left or right as long as we stand in that corner over there. But in this room, I like to have a little bit of fun. Just had to make sure he was dead. Couldn't really see the blood pool. But anyway, I'm gonna come up here and, hey guys, you wanna go surfing? Just gotta wait for them to get on the stairs. Those guys just got pitted, like so pitted. Shoutouts to Let's Get Pitted. I decided not to wait anymore for that guy. Too bad. He's not going on our little surfing trip. So the solution for this is to hit the picture of the woman, then the picture of the man holding twins, then the picture of this redheaded dude with the tea set, then the picture of this angry-looking redheaded dude with the plate, then the gray-haired dude with the vase, and then this kind of happy-looking dude with the candelabra. And then Alfred. The logic behind the puzzle solution is to read the message to the new master and determine the order of Veronica Ashford and her descendants. So another trip to the item box here. We're going to drop off the army proof. Yeah, just the army proof. And then get what did I just get? Man, I wasn't even paying any attention. Whatever, it's fine. If I keep forgetting stuff, I'm going to be sent to the goddamn glue factory. So for all Bandersnatch encounters, from this point on, we can kill them all with 2 arrows. If you move even a little bit, this guy pops through. The best timing for this is to release R1 after your first shot, and then as Claire is dropping her crossbow, hold R1 again, so that once the animation completes, she will re-raise the crossbow, and then that's when you fire again in order to kill it. Otherwise, you don't trigger the section... You don't trigger the animations where they can actually die. Bandersnatches are pretty poorly programmed enemies, if I say so myself. Waiting for this guy to come around the corner. But it's aim, drop, aim, fire, drop, aim, fire. And that will guarantee you to kill a Bandersnatch in 2 crossbow, exploding crossbow bolts. But as of now, we are dangerously low on crossbow bolts. Unfortunately, that was exactly as many crossbow bolts as we needed. For the moment. There's some bats in here, so equip the lighter to get around these guys. Again, bats won't attack you as long as you have the lighter equipped. It's not worth it to shoot them, ever. A lot of very unsettling imagery in here.
Keep focused, brother. Our enemy is only a little girl. Oh, why is this taking so long?
My apologies, Alexia, but I have been doing my best.
The revival of the Ashford family depends on your success, brother.
I am aware of that, Alexia. I will revive the family name myself and make you the master of the glorious Ashford family.
Do not worry, brother. I will handle them both myself. Who is there? Is someone at the corridor?
What is it, Alexia?
Nothing. I believe I must have been imagining things.
Let us go, brother.
I really, really hope that audio desyncing was the game and not my video. Otherwise, syncing this video is going to be a pain in the fucking ass. At least it won't mingle the rest of it when I try to sync it up, like it did with my last Resident Evil 7 commentary. But I decided to do the Queen Ant object first, to get the music box plate so that we could avoid killing a couple of zombies outside this room later when we have to come back here. But now that we have the music box plate, and also the silver key, we can go ahead and clear the rest of the main residence. Some zombies will also spawn on this bridge later. But the next section coming up, we have to kill a couple of very, very resilient Bandersnatches before they hit us. It is very much one of the big choke points on Disc 1, probably the biggest. But I wanted to grab the explosive arrow powder pretty much immediately before this room. So the second we enter this room, same trick as before. Just stand in the doorway, aim, shoot, drop aim, re-raise aim, shoot again. Incidentally, the frame count of dropping the aim syncs up pretty much exactly with the Bandersnatch's hit stun animations. Figured that one out completely on accident. A good thing too, though, because unbeknownst to me the last time that I did a segmented no damage run, I had been shooting them more often than not with 3 explosive crossbow bolts. Incidentally, I had no idea that their HP was already at 0. I just couldn't kill them because I wasn't hitting them on a section of animation where they would actually die. I can divvy up the shots between these guys. It would no doubt be safer to do so. Like one of the rare occasions where divvying up the shots is probably better than focusing fire. The zombies here respawned. They actually should not have respawned. Or maybe it was just those two. I don't know. Either way, I was not happy when I found out. Which is why I ran over to those double doors there and stopped and paused. Because I really did not want to lose the run at this point. I'd gotten past all the Bandersnatches. Now we're at 28% and 100p ammo. That was actually a pretty risky move. I generally try to make sure that if I'm going to finish off a zombie, that they are far enough away from me so that they don't bite my ankle. So that could have happened and I could have lost it there. I'm pretty sure the shutters are still down here, so the zombies should not repopulate. And I was correct. There's no zombies in this room now. So we have the BOW gas rounds. And also the flame rounds. The BOW gas rounds are going to be a necessity against the first encounter with the Tyrant. Sorry, the second encounter, not the first encounter. We need 3 BOW gas rounds and 2 acid rounds. BOW gas rounds on pretty much every regular enemy will cut an enemy's HP by 1/2. I equipped the flame rounds here. I believe to use against Bandersnatches. Or was it against Dr. Zombie? I'm not sure. But either way, I need the hemostatic medicine. And also the duraluminum case, because we're about to get lockpicks. But I wait until later to get the hemostatic medicine because we still need the lighter for the bats in this underground passage over here. There's another duraluminum case in this room over here. It contains the parts for the M93R. The explosive bowgun bolts will take out Dr. Zombie in one shot. Dr. Zombie is probably the most durable zombie in the game. He also likes to curve around, basically the second that you are able to take control. In a total asshole move by the developers. Because they did that so that you would miss your first shot, even if you auto-aimed. Decided to waste my last bullet there. But in order to counter the Dr. Zombie shenanigans there, I ran all the way back to the statue and lured him towards me. Because at that point he would just be straight up tracking me instead of trying to deviate to the left. Like one of those turn and reverse RC cars. God, I hated those things growing up. Ask for an RC car from Santa Claus, get one of those pieces of shit instead. So for this room over here, because of the way the bowgun bolts work, and because we can't really guarantee that the zombies are going to move in a straight line towards you, the best thing to do is to keep dropping your aim and re-raising it. I also killed all the zombies upstairs so that we wouldn't be ambushed by another zombie coming through the door on the way back. So as long as you waste no time pushing this, you won't get killed by poison gas. Once I use the sword, I quick turn and run away immediately, because while you could shake off the zombie if he grabs you, you could shake the D-pad and throw him off you and not take any damage. There's some attack animations, there's some grab animations where he actually will get off a bite in order to keep players from just exploiting that over and over again. Apparently giving players escape options is too cheap in the minds of the developers of Code Veronica. More zombies respawn in this area. Kinda had to stop and decide there. Did I want to use flame rounds? Or did I want to use explosive bolts? Explosive bolts, if they connect, are a guaranteed kill against all zombies. Running dangerously low on ammo at this point, especially since we don't have the M93R, and our ability to get to the item box is cut off, so we wouldn't be able to get the M93R either. So that leaves the crossbow as our only option until we hit Rodrigo. The zombies will not respawn on your way out once you give Rodrigo the hemostatic medicine. But they will respawn literally every time you re-enter this room on any other occasion. It's a graveyard, man. There's a lot of dead bodies in there.
What are you doing here? Hemostatic medicine. How kind of you. Thanks.
Here, let me help you with that.
Thanks, but I can take care of myself. Just go.
Keep it. It was a gift from my brother, but...
Thanks. Here, let me give you this in return. You might need it later on. Now go. Don't worry about me.
So now that we have the lockpick, we get the last box of bowgun powder on disc 1. But we're just going to save all of it. And also the M93R parts. As I said before, zombies will not respawn. This is the one occasion where zombies will not respawn. But they will respawn later, so don't come back through this area. I mean, why would you anyway? The only thing that you could possibly forget is probably the handgun bullets. So now we're on our way back to Alfred's hidden residence. One of the other differences between the original Dreamcast version and Code Veronica X, which was first released on Dreamcast in Japan, is that there is no additional Wesker cutscene here. So the first time you see a cutscene with Wesker is going to be on Disc 2. Over here, we're going to grab the army proof, the music box plate, and also the M93R. We'll mostly use the M93R to mow down these zombies coming up. For some reason, that zombie getting up tends to cock block the shots of all the zombies behind it. That's one of the unfortunate things about Resident Evil Code Veronica's hit detection. Is that certain animations prevent the game's hit scan from working properly. That area, as you can see, it repopulated with Bandersnatches, so the best thing to do is to just run around them as they're spawning in. Doing some quick spot checks with the R1 button. In order to be 100% sure of the zombie positioning. Oh hey, and I took up that zombie that was one tier above me. I was wondering why the auto-aim was happening there. I forgot I could shoot that zombie up there. So because we already got the music box plate, we don't have to head to the room on the right, and we can just go to the room on the left instead. Still using R1 to check and see which zombies are alive. Since it locked onto one of the zombies on the opposite side of the hallway, it meant that the zombies that were next to the door that I needed to go through were dead. And since I wasn't going to that other side anyway, under any circumstances, that is when I knew that I was done with that room. Really not a whole lot to describe what's going on here. Just pushing things around and solving puzzles. And equipping the flaming bowgun bolts. The confession letter seems to imply some level of sexual attraction that Alfred has towards his sister. Who'd have thunk it?
Redfield. Hold it right there. We meet each other at last. A pity I must say goodbye so soon. I am Alexia Ashford. For the pride of the Ashford family, I will kill you.
Wait! What's going on?
Steve! A secret door!
After her!
Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's just a scratch.
This must be...
What? No!
Wait a second. What just happened?
So there never was an Alexia after all.
You mean he thinks he's two people? Okay, that's it. Let's get out of here.
We've already cleared a path here, so we don't need to worry about shooting any more zombies. Just leave. The Bandersnatches outside, we just kill them the same way that we always have been. But there is a trick here that I do with this particular Bandersnatch spawn for fun. Go over here and equip the regular crossbow bolts. And then just aim down and let him have it. Because once you aggro him, he will actually try to pull himself over the railing to get you. But he needs to be spaced at a very, very specific spacing to be able to pull himself over the railing. So you can just aim down and keep shooting him while he tries to position himself. And he's completely harmless. Better to just go ahead and let him have it on the spot. Unless you want to try dodging him. Even in a speedrun, dodging pretty much any and all Bandersnatches is a total pain in the ass. But once you get past those Bandersnatches, that's pretty much it for no damage. The rest of it is pretty straightforward. Well, except for a little bit more inventory rearrangement. Because we still have to pick up the proof at the front of the mansion here.
The self-destruct system
What?
has been
Alfred's insane.
activated.
He's trying to blow this
All
entire place
personnel
up.
Evacuate immediately.
Claire! Those must be the remaining survivors.
We'd better get out of here too.
Right. Let's go.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel
We gotta get to that airport.
I wasn't sure if I picked up those crossbow bolts there, which is why I went back that way.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system all personnel evacuate.
The zombies in this room respawn.
The self-destruct system
Once the area is about to self-destruct.
all personnel evacuate immediately.
Picking up that last proof was pretty much the point of no return. We can't travel to the rest
The self-destruct system
of the island to pick up anything that we missed.
all personnel evacuate immediately.
But to be honest, if we had to, we probably would not be getting a good rank.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system
We
has
can't take
been
off unless we raise the bridge.
All personnel
Leave that to me. You stay here and make the preparations for takeoff.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Look at me mashing the confirm button in midair like an idiot.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated.
From this point on, there really isn't anything that could choke the run. There aren't any fast-moving enemies.
Has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Nor are there any zombies in any tough places.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
final two bosses in the area have setups where you can just stand still and shoot, so neither form of the Tyrant is anything to worry about as long as you know what ammo to use where.
Until detonation.
For the first Tyrant encounter, we want to use regular grenades. It should take 7 grenades to take it down.
I will not allow you fools to escape. This is what you get for trying to oppose me. Now feel my revenge.
One cryogenically frozen wall of murder coming up.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
I had to double check to make sure that I equipped the right ammo because I didn't want to be wrong. So for this fight, move 1.5 steps, then just start spamming. Actually, you were supposed to move. I was supposed to move 2 steps because the first batch of grenades missed. But 2 steps, moving forward, 7 grenades, and the Tyrant is down. Just don't get too close. That's all you have to do. The only way that that fight could be actually difficult would be if you tried it knife only. For which there is a setup. But knife only in this game is pretty fucking scary. I don't know how I feel about it. Knife only in this game is a bitch and a half. But I have seen some players with some pretty good knife strategies for this game. HK Gold and Mr. A in particular. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. Don't really think he actively posts anything anymore, but his videos are a great reference to anyone trying to learn anything about Resident Evil.
So long. I was starting to get worried.
No time to explain. Let's go.
Right, we're out of here. Time to say goodbye to this death trap. We made it! Yahoo!
Ugh, it's finally over.
Claire, I'm sorry. I know I caused a lot of trouble for you.
No, it's okay. It was hard for both of us.
Well, I really hope you find your brother. I know what it's like to be alone.
Oh, Steve.
So, where should we go now? I can take you anywhere you want to go, Claire.
I hear Hawaii's nice this time of year.
You got it!
How the fuck does Steve know how to fly a plane? Also, some of these cutscenes contain hints for later when you're playing as Chris.
This game is not over yet. Now you will see what real terror is all about.
The cargo room hatch is open.
I'll go back and check it out.
Thanks. I've unlocked the cargo room door.
So for this encounter here, if you're using the grenade launcher, you have 5 grenades to shoot before the tyrant closes the distance and hits you. You could either use 24 crossbow bolts, or you could use the BOW gas in order to drain his HP enough to send him flying when you hit the button. So, 3 BOW gas grenades. BOW gas halves his HP every shot. So once you use the 3 BOW gases, and then the 2 acid grenades, it weakens him enough to be able to launch him out of the plane. And that is disc 1, no damage.
What was wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just a giant cockroach that had to be stepped on. What's happening?
I don't know. The plane just changed direction on its own. It's flying in autopilot mode. I can't switch over to manual control.
My apologies, but I cannot let you escape now.
Oh, Alfred! You cross-dressing freak!
There's a lot of cray-cray stuff in this game. I think this scene was meant to be romantic because of the music, but it's just really, really uncomfortable. Little sleep creep Steve over here. Ugh.
Hey, where are we?
Huh?
Latitude 82.17 degrees. That's the Antarctic. We're over the Antarctic.
What? Hey, those are the seaplanes that left the island right before us.
Then that must mean this place belongs to Umbrella.
So this is the end of Disc 1 No Damage. Once I'm finished with Disc 2 No Damage, and hopefully I get the highest rank, I will upload commentary for that. But thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also be sure to check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CarcinogenSDA. But thank you guys so much for watching, and see you all for part 2.